Okay. I am just doing a test, so if anybody's watching me right now, it said one person was watching. I don't know if you still are or not, but I'm just testing now, so you don't have to waste your time. Oh, it's Jared and Andrea. Hi, guys. um, Hang on a second. I'm just testing something out here. Um, oh, good. Good, good. I'm glad it's working. I'm getting a lag on my side, so I can't really, like, it's really weird because I'm talking and then a few moments later I see my lips moving, so it's a little disorienting. So I'm trying out this new feature with Facebook because Facebook is now, if you want to do a live video, then you have to download this software. And I downloaded this like free software. I don't know if that was the best thing to do or not. um, so, so I'm just testing it out. But I am going to be giving my thoughts and I'm going to be talking. I can keep talking to you guys now. Well, if you don't mind me sort of testing this out at the same time. Um, because I want to do more live streams. I just want to get this working better than it is now. Hang on, let me try this doohickey out. Let's see if this does anything at all. Probably not. So I'm still trying to figure out what I'm doing here with this new software. And it's very, because it's a free open source software, it's not very user friendly. So I have to really figure out what's going on over here. Okay. Hang on one second. Nope, that did not do what I thought it was going to do. So, all right, there we go. All right, I think that's probably as good as I'm going to get it for now. Don't get confused and slip into trance. Well, that might happen because I'm very, very tired today. It's my own fault because I stayed up late last night, just like binge watching Netflix instead of going to bed at a reasonable hour. And then I had to get up early this morning and homeschool my kids and then take clients online and then do other work. So, and then make dinner and now I'm here with you guys. Um, or maybe just Andrea. I don't know who all is watching. Oh, JT's here. Hi, JT. Um, yeah, so I'm going to be making more hypnosis videos in the future, but today I just wanted to hang on. I got to do something about me not looking at my own face because I'm getting this like weird lag. So I'm going to scroll my face off the screen and I'm going to try to do this without losing the chat. Hold on, restore chat. There we go. Yeah. Okay. So I don't want to look at myself talk because that's throwing me off. All right. I think I fixed that. I know everything is crazy right now. Um, it's like the days are like blurring and it's I think today is Thursday. Yes, I know that it is Thursday, April 2nd because I've had that written on the dry erase board all day for my kids. So but it still feels just so surreal. It's just like so surreal to be quarantined. We had been social isolating, but now my state has called for a complete quarantine. And yeah, it's so strange, right? And it's strange. And like, my dad is 77 years old, and he said, I don't remember anything ever since I've been alive, anything like this ever happening. It's like this is so totally unprecedented. And it's just crazy. What I do know though is that it is only temporary. Okay. Am I looking at the camera? I'm looking down at the comments, but I don't know if I'm looking at the camera. Um, what I do know is that it's only temporary, that this too shall pass. So even if we have to stay quarantined for a while, eventually, hopefully within 18 months or less, they will come out with a vaccination for this thing, and then we can get the whole herd immunity thing going, and then we can start going back out into the population again. So I know that it will pass. It's just really disorienting time to be in right now, and really sad for a lot of people because during this time, a lot of people are losing their jobs. Um, for my kids, their school has been canceled for the rest of the year. Um, I have friends who have children who are seniors in high school and they're missing their high school prom. Excuse me, they're missing their prom, their graduation, um, all of their award ceremonies at the end of the year, sports, and all this kind of stuff. And so my heart like really goes out to them and to those kids because they were like really looking forward to having a wonderful year. And then, of course, this happens. So, but tell me, how are you guys doing? How are you handling the social isolation or the, forced government quarantine, whatever you happen to be under right now? Let me know how you're doing in the comments if you're still with me. Who's still with me? Oh, yay, Andrea. Okay, yes, it is messing everything up for a lot of people. Yeah, and it's just so sad. And yes, a lot of people have lost their lives. A lot more people have lost their jobs. Thankfully we've got this bailout, the stimulus package, which will hopefully help a bit. I don't know how much is going to help, but it'll certainly help some. Okay, and Andrea's working like crazy, and Jared is taking it one day at a time. So, yeah, and I'm doing both. I'm working like crazy one day at a time. um, and it does kind of help to keep your mind off of it by keeping yourself, as occupied as you can. But, it's hard to keep your mind completely off of it because it's everywhere. Everyone's talking about it. It's just in the back of your mind anyway. JT says, I've been working from home for about 5 years. Okay, so I'm uniquely equipped to handle that part of it. Cool. And I've been doing online sessions for all of my international clients for years. So I'm also equipped. And also, I've been doing these YouTube videos. So I've got my whole little studio set up. So I'm equipped to take clients online as well. So I can keep going. However, I am not renewing my lease. It's supposed to, I have an office here where I live. And I've had that office for years, and I'm sort of lucky that the lease is up at the end of April. And so I'm just not renewing it. And I'm just going to continue to, work from home online until I can feel like I can afford the luxury of having an office again. But hang on, I'm missing comments. Let me scroll back here. And Andrea says, I'm a key worker, been testing COVID samples. Really, Andrea, that is awesome. I think it's awesome. It sounds awesome. Or is it awesome? Or is it just like scary? Or tell me more about your work. I wish I could pull you up here with me and get you on camera with me somehow. Maybe there's a way to do this with this program. I don't know. But I'd like to know more about that. What do you mean by you're testing COVID samples? That sounds really cool. And Jared's still working. Good, good. That's good. JT, we are all in uncharted territory and we're all going about as crazy as we're supposed to be. Yep, definitely. And Andrea says, yes, awesome and scary. LOL. Wow, but it sounds wow. It sounds awesome and scary. Um, but also very cool, and I'm sure that whatever you're doing is definitely making a difference and it's going to help everybody. So I thank you for that, and I just let me personally thank you for going in and working with this crazy disease or not disease virus. Um, so thank you for that. I appreciate that. And if anybody who's watching this is any kind of a key worker and works in hospitals, or if you're a doctor or nurse or scientist or any kind of worker like that, I really really appreciate your help and your your dedication to your work, because you're going into very scary and terrifying environments every day, and you know you have to, and you're worrying about other people, and you have to also worry about yourself at the same time. And I know that there's that whole fiasco about there not being enough masks and all of that. So my heart just like really goes out to you guys. So um, especially, you know, you don't get to like binge on Netflix on the couch all day like a lot of us do. I'm definitely not complaining about that. Okay, let's see. And let's see, Andrea's saying we are a microbiology lab, then retasked to test samples. That is so cool. That is awesome. Normally done in virology labs. Okay, if I said that right, virology labs. Okay, cool. And so, wow, yeah, because I guess they just need to get like so many people in on this, who you know know what to do. So thank you. Thank you, Andrea. Thank you, Miss Scientist. Um, I think I'm speaking to a female. There could be some Andreas that are male. Unless I'm saying, I don't even know if I'm saying your name right. But anyways, whoever you are, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate. I know we all appreciate you and putting in that hard work and working around this like very risky virus. So how scary, how terrifying. Okay, yes. Okay, good. Female. And yeah, and JT's thanking you too. Cool, cool. Well, I guess you could read that for yourself. um, yeah, all I have to do is hypnotize people, so I don't have to put my life at risk. Um, so that, but that's very cool. I'm so glad. I'm so thankful for scientists. My daughter wants to be a scientist. She wants to be a criminologist kind of scientist, but I think that's really, really cool. So let me just go up and see if I missed anybody's comment. And Jared, you said that you're still working. What are you doing for work? Are you still watching? Oh yeah, you're still watching. Okay. Yay, I have three people or four people watching me. Somebody's watching, and I don't know who you are. Come, please feel free to introduce yourself or say hi. And thanks for joining in on my test video. I'm just sort of testing out the live stream today. But this is good. I'm glad that we're chatting like this. I think it's sort of the therapist part of me. I'm not just a hypnotist, I'm also a therapist. I'm a hypnotherapist. And so the therapist part of me is like coming out now. And, just talking about it, letting your fears come out, knowing that you have a support group. I think that's very, very important. So just know that I love you. I support you. Feel free to say anything you want to say. Tell me how you're feeling. I want to know how you're feeling. Um, and allow yourself to feel whatever comes up, because we need to feel to heal. Because if we bottle up these emotions and we try to be the strong one for everybody, then that is actually that energy that gets caught inside of our body, gets stuck there, and we can actually get sick. We can get physically sick from bottling up emotions. So, feel free to express your emotions. I've cried maybe once a day throughout this whole thing. And a lot of it's just out of frustration and not even so much fear, but sometimes, yes, there have been times where I have felt a little bit of fear. I've allowed myself to feel it, and then moved it out of me. And I can show you guys how to kind of move these fearful energies out of you as well. So I'll show you how to do that in just a minute. I'm just going to read some of your comments first. And Jared's a utility worker. Okay. So yeah, so I guess you're still working, huh? I'm sure you're essential as well. And therapists are very important at this time too. Yes. Yeah, definitely. And I think, more people probably need to see their therapist at this time. And I know that a lot of my friends are seeing people for free or cheap, or just really working with them, especially people who have lost their jobs. So if you need therapeutic help, please feel free to seek someone out. And a lot of therapists are working. A lot of them are working for free right now. Jared, you're feeling tired. Yeah, you know what? I'm feeling tired too. And I know a lot of it is just stress. And for me, it's, I had to become uh, a teacher for three of my kids. So now I'm homeschooling my three kids in the afternoons. And then I'm taking clients like in the early evenings and on weekends. And then I'm still doing all my other chores that I have to do around the house. And I'm trying to exercise. And I'm walking outside the house because we can still walk outside. We just can't be near other people. It's a beautiful spring day. And but where I live, the pollen is so heavy right now. It's like yellow snow, and it just like makes my allergies go kind of haywire, and I get congested and stuffy, and the pollen itself is just making me feel heavy and tired and sleepy. So there's a whole lot of factors contributing to that. Not to mention that I stayed up until like 2 or 3 a.m. binge watching Netflix, which I should not have done. So that's totally on me. Um, Yeah, definitely. Andrea will be a great help as time goes on, for sure. And I think you're talking about the therapist. Oh, and the pollen is terrible up in Seattle. Oh, okay. Really? Is it? I don't know why I wouldn't think that it would be, but why wouldn't it be? Seattle has trees. Lots of trees. So, yeah. And I'm in Atlanta, and we've been getting a lot of rain. And so it didn't rain today, but it did rain yesterday, 2 days ago. It rained 2 days ago, which was so helpful because that did sort of like wash away the pollen, and I was able to walk out, like go for my long walk. I try to walk 2 miles every day. Doesn't always happen, but I got my little nifty handy dandy Apple Watch to help me keep track of walking. But walking for me just so I'm not really a great meditator. I give advice to other people to meditate because a lot of people can meditate. I'm not a great meditator because I'm just a little too ADD for that. So what I do is I go on walking meditations. And what that means is I just go for very long walks without listening to music, without listening to anybody talk in my ears, podcast, anything like that. So I have to be with myself. I'm forcing me to be with myself, but I don't have to sit still. I don't have to go into like a transcendental meditation. I can just simply walk. I can move my body. And as I'm walking, I just get all of the monkey mind, like the monkey chatter. I just let all of that happen because that's just going to happen. All of my fears, all of my worries, all of my doubts. What am I going to make for dinner? Did I sound stupid the other day? You know, whatever, whatever. I just let all of that go through my mind. All right. And but once I get all of that out, that's just kind of like, just like purging all of that out. Then I come to this place of mental stillness. Now I'm walking, I'm moving my body, but I eventually get to this place of mental stillness. And then I get messages from deep within, from my inner self or my higher self. And they are usually very comforting or very helpful messages. Sometimes I get answers or problem solved. Sometimes I get inspiration or motivation to go work on something that I didn't have before, and so it's so beneficial. And so when I start worrying and start doubting and everything gets crazy and stressful, I'll just go for a long walk, and halfway through my walk, my brain is cleared. So it takes me about really like a mile there to get the, like I said, the monkey chatter out, and then the mile back is when I'm sort of open up to, whatever the universe has to tell me or whatever my inner self is trying to say to me. I'm finally hearing the messages and I get this calmness that comes over me, or this motivation. Sort of depends on what's coming. A lot of times it's calmness, but if it's motivation, it's like, there's that idea to that thing that I wanted to do. I'll just start jogging back home. So I get a little jog in because I can't wait to get started on it. So, so that there is that tip for you guys, for you guys who feel like you can't sit still and meditate. You can do a walking meditation. It works just as well. And Andrea, are you leaving? Thanks for the chat. I have to go. Thanks for all you do. I like to walk too. I like the solitude and calm in my mind too. Oh, well, thank you, Andrea. I appreciate you watching. And hopefully you'll come and join me again. I'll be doing more of these live chats now that I know that this thing is working. But thank you, thank you. And JT says, I finally started walking again in the last 2 to 3 weeks, and it's been hugely important. Okay, yeah, good, right? It's me too. It really does help center me. It helps calm me down. Um, hang on, I'm gonna do something. Okay, I was just going to look at myself. I still have this really, really long lag time. Oh, I've got a double chin, or at least the way I'm sitting. That's good to know. I gotta fix that. Oh, see, and I feel better just talking to you guys. So this is awesome. I am gonna try to fix this for a moment, so feel free to stay with me if you'd like, or if you need to leave, I understand. Or if you have any questions for me about anything that you think I might be able to answer. I can't tell you anything. I can't give you like tax advice, but anything about hypnosis or therapy in general, um, I can help you with that. Oh, I was going to tell you what you can do to sort of move emotions from you quickly. So you don't have to cry. You can cry. That's not a bad thing to do. You can cry, but you don't have to. You can tap it out. You can tap out your feelings and your emotions. And what do I mean by tapping? There's this whole there's actually many different tapping techniques. The one that I frequently use with myself and my clients is called the emotional freedom technique, EFT. And this is just basically tapping on different like meridian points on your body. And I cannot tell you why it works. Ancient, Chinese medicine is where it originated from. Um, but it does work, and it works like tremendously well. So check out, you're on YouTube, you can go and type in EFT, and you can tap on whatever emotion is coming up, fear, anger, jealousy, sadness, whatever it is, just type EFT or faster EFT, because it takes you through a faster process of it, which is what I do. And then type that in, and then you just follow along with the person on the video. And there's different tapping points on your body. So like your head is one tapping point, and then the inside of your eyebrows, the outside of your eyebrows, under your eyes, like under your nose, your chin is a tapping point, like your collarbone. And when I tap on my collarbone, this is where I feel the most relief. Like, and usually these people who are leading these YouTube sessions, um, they're giving affirmations as you're tapping. So there's this whole process to it. Oh, that feels so good. But even if you don't do anything else but tap, that that you can just feel that negative energy just coming out of you. I didn't even realize I was kind of stressed right now, but I'm a little bit stressed, a little bit tired. But that feels good. Ooh, I could do that all night. Hey, you guys don't want to watch me doing this all night. Oh, thank you, JT. And I'm tremendously grateful for you watching my work and my videos. And I'm going to be doing more videos, and I'm going to get them out there soon. I just had to kind of take a hiatus from doing YouTube videos until I got my life sorted out over here with this whole coronavirus thing. Yeah, so do this with me. So we're going to tap the top of the. So, like right now, I'm going to tap on just frustration, because it's just this whole thing that we're going through right now. This whole pandemic is frustrating. I mean, it's a lot of things that's sad, but the thing that kind of comes up for me the most with it is frustration. So I'm going to tap on frustration. So I'm allowed to be fresh. I'm going to take off my glasses. So I'm allowed to be frustrated. And just say that out loud to yourself. Or if you don't want to say it out loud, if you got people in the room, you just say it in your mind. But I'm allowed to be frustrated. Tapping on the top of your head. I'm allowed to be frustrated. This frustration. Oh, I totally forgot to tell you that, like, one of the most important ones is it's called the karate chop, and it's right here on the side of your. We'll get to that. Where am I? I'm allowed to be frustrated. Let's start over. Top of the head. I'm allowed to be frustrated. I'm allowed to be frustrated. This frustration inside of eyebrows. This frustration. See, I'm laughing, so it's hard for me to be frustrated right now. Under eyes. This frustration, but I feel it, is coming up for me about right here in my chest. I can feel that frustration right there. It's like a big red shooting, like, pull in my chest. This frustration is allowed to be here. This frustration is giving me a message, and I appreciate it. This frustration is here to help me in some way. And frustration is polite anger. And I'm allowed to be angry. I'm allowed to be angry. I'm allowed to be angry. My kids can't go to school. And now you just put in what are you angry about, or what are you frustrated about? I'm frustrated. My kids aren't allowed to go to school for the rest of the year. And I have to homeschool. So one is like under your armpit here. I have to go to school. They have to, I mean, they can't go to school, and I have to homeschool. I never signed up to be a homeschool teacher. And that's also very frustrating. It's very frustrating. But I'm allowed to be frustrated. I'm frustrated that I'm stuck at home. I'm stuck at home. I'm not even allowed to go to my own office now. I'm stuck at home. And I'm stuck at home with 6 people. 6 people, so I don't get a lot of privacy. And I'm frustrated that business has temporarily slowed down. Business has temporarily slowed down. And for you, for whoever's watching, some people may have even lost their jobs, and that's something to really be frustrated and angry about. And just allow yourself to feel that. Let it come up. Thank you. Let's just send that frustration, that anger, gratitude. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm grateful. By the way, I'm doing both sides. You only have to do one side. And now we're going to transform this, all right? We're going to this anger and frustration has come up, and now we're going to transform it. Even though I'm frustrated, we're going to start with even though I'm frustrated, or even though I'm angry, I'm still healthy. And I'm keeping my family safe by self-quarantine. And I'm so, even though I'm frustrated, I'm so happy and grateful that my family is safe and healthy. My family is safe and healthy. Even though I'm frustrated, I'm so happy and grateful that so many people are going to survive because I'm self-isolating. And I'm grateful that the hospitals won't be overrun. And I'm grateful that I'm doing my job in flattening the curve so that more people can survive. Even though I'm frustrated and I'm in tight quarters with my family members, I'm so happy and grateful that I get to reconnect with my family again. We had been self-isolating in our own little worlds outside of the home and away from each other. And I'm so happy and grateful that I'm getting to know my children again, and my husband and my father, who also lives with me. And I'm happy and grateful that we are reprioritizing our lives. And I'm happy and grateful that new technology is going to come out of this. And even though I'm frustrated, I'm happy and I'm grateful to be alive. I'm happy and grateful. Even though I'm frustrated, I'm happy and grateful that I can still work from home and I can still help people hypnotically online. I'm very happy and grateful for that. And just fill in your own words, whatever you're happy and grateful for. Even though I'm frustrated, I'm happy and grateful for blank, and just fill in your own words. I'm just doing mine. You just do yours. If you're still watching me, my eyes are closed. I don't know who's still on watching with me, but I hope you're still doing this with me. You should already be feeling relieved, but you'll feel even better as we continue. Even though I'm frustrated, I am so happy and grateful that I have friends on YouTube who are watching me right now and who are joining in with me, keeping me company, helping me to not feel so isolated. reminding me that I'm a part of a larger community. All right, and now the last time through with the affirmations is just total acceptance. Total acceptance of yourself and your situation. Okay. So before I do the last one, I'm going to just look and see if you guys have left comments. Okay. We're going to keep going. All right. So this is the last time through. And just start with a karate chop and then we'll move up to the head. Yes, hang on. All right. My mouth scrolled. Okay. Take a nice deep breath. Even though I'm happy, I'm happy. I'm happy now. Even though I was, put that in the past tense now, even though I was angry and frustrated, I deeply and completely, profoundly and thoroughly love and accept myself anyway. And the frustration is no longer needed. We send the frustration and anger, love, and gratitude, but it's no longer needed. It is free to leave when it wants, knowing that I am safe and I am protected. Even though I used to be angry and frustrated at this situation, this environment, this new normal that we're living in now, I completely and totally accept it. Like, even if you don't feel like you can accept it, just say that you can accept it, because then you will start feeling it. Even though I was angry and frustrated, I completely and totally love and accept it anyway. Don't worry if you get your tapping out of order, like I'm sure I've done several times. It's just the process of doing it is what matters. Going back to self one more time. I love and accept myself deeply and profoundly, completely and thoroughly. Even if you don't feel like you do, just say it anyway. Because I promise you, you will. Even though I used to feel frustrated and angry, I love and accept myself. I deeply and profoundly, thoroughly and completely love and accept myself. I deeply and profoundly, thoroughly and completely love and accept myself. Now this time say it with meaning. I deeply and profoundly, thoroughly and completely love and accept myself. I deeply and profoundly, thoroughly and completely love and accept myself. And just notice that energy transforming. So I used to have, like I said, that sort of red pole of frustration, and I feel that it doesn't feel like a pole anymore. It is feeling more like a soothing, like balm, like it's a blue, balmy sort of feeling, almost like a menthol, icy hot, Vicks vapor rub, sort of like across my chest now. And just check in with your own body and just notice how that's transforming you. Just giving it one more whammo, and then I'm going to be done. Deeply, profoundly, thoroughly, and completely love and accept myself. And I love and accept you. Now take a nice, deep, clearing breath. And just shake it all out. Okay. Done. All right, if you did that with me, please tell me how that was for you. Tell me how you feel. Tell me if it worked for you or how it worked for you. Is anyone still watching or did I lose everybody? And that's okay if I did because that felt good to me and I needed it. Oh, wow. This has been 45 minutes or 43 minutes. Okay. So I am going to end this now. And if anyone is still watching, thank you for watching. If anybody slipped into hypnosis during that, you will wake up out of hypnosis as soon as you hear me leave. Oh, JT's still here. Okay, good. Yay. All right, good. And yay, I'm glad that you're happy to be able to share that. And we can share that together. Okay. Okay, good. So, yay. So tell me, JT, how did that feel for, have you done EFT tapping before or any kind of tapping before? And tell me what your experience was like. And I'll wait for you to, I know it's going to take a minute to take stuff out, so I'll wait for you. And I can go on for a little bit longer because I don't have anywhere to be except for in the bed watching Netflix. Although, you know, I could be doing something more productive than watching Netflix, but I am kind of tired tonight and I've had a really long day. I feel like it's been a productive day, so I deserve to sit on the couch. Not on the couch. That's not as comfortable as my bed. I have a big old king size bed. I'm gonna lie in my big old king size bed and enjoy some trashy Netflix show. And I've been watching The Circle on Netflix, which is like, it's so stupid. But I'm a little bit addicted to it. I'm really embarrassed to admit that, but it's like a social media game show. But it's good because it's kind of like Survivor, but on social media. And there's like a lot of backstabbing and stuff like that. And so it's just kind of nice fluff to watch when you just don't really want to watch anything too heavy or too deep or too sad or whatever. So I've been watching that. Oh, okay. I wasn't able to do it with you this time, but I'm a little familiar with it and the physical part of that kind of processing has helped me before. Okay, great, great, great. So, yeah, cool. Well, it helped me, so I'm glad that I'm not sure how silly I looked doing it because my eyes were closed the whole time and had my glasses off, so I couldn't really see the monitor that well. Also, I had a really big lag on my screen, so I'm trying not to look at myself right now. But it, you know, when you get stuck in any kind of emotion, especially fear or anger, just remember that you can do this tapping and it will help to release that. You can do hypnosis that'll help to release it. You can just talk to yourself. um, Talk yourself down. Oh, my hair. Okay. No, I just looked at myself. um, so remember, and people who are really professional, you know, master EFT practitioners do this so much better than I do. And there's so many free YouTube videos that you can watch and get these like really good effects from them. So, um, or you can just sort of do it on yourself, like how I did. And it doesn't have to be perfect, as you could see, because I did not do it perfect at all, but it was enough for me to get that energy moving and to release it. So, oh, hi, Jared. I'm glad you're still here. Jared, were you able to do the tapping with me? Or was everybody just watching me and being like, look at that crazy nut? And just like eating your popcorn, like watching me tap on myself. And that's okay too. Um, I put myself out there, so that's fine too. And I think it's kind of actually good to just allow yourself to, be silly and, be vulnerable. I used to kind of, Jared said some. Okay, good. I used to be very shy and very embarrassed to put myself out there. And so I had to do a lot of work on myself. A lot of work on myself. I mean, if you go through the course of my life, as a child, I had selective mutism where I was so terrified of talking that I couldn't get the words out of my mouth. I just literally could not talk. I could physically talk. I could not there's a subconscious block. I could not talk. I'm working with somebody who has selective mutism right now, and I'm so happy to be helping him because I'm probably the only therapist who has ever been in his shoes, and I can really understand what he's going through, and that just kind of like warms my heart that I get to help this kid because I know what he was going through. So now look at me now. I'm a hypnotist. I use my words um, as my tool, right? And you can't shut me up at this point. It worked a little too well. Um, but and I went through all of the self-doubt, and I went through low self-esteem stages, and I went through why am I even here and why do I even exist? And I've been through all of that. Suicide ideation, everything. Um and oh, I'm just so fat. I'm too fat. I don't want people to look at me. I don't want people to take my picture. I'm so ugly. All of this like nonsense, right? That I was telling myself. And I had to do a lot of work on myself to know that, what, this is crazy. I mean, I'm not an extrovert. I'm a natural introvert. I've had to put myself out there. I've had to learn how to be more extroverted. I'm more of an ambivert because seeing too many people um, like live at a party or something like that does suck and drain my energy. I can't be around too many people for too long. I can be around people for a little while and then I get sensory overloaded. I just get like too overwhelmed and I have to leave. So I'm definitely introverted, but I also do need people and I do love people and I love getting the energy back from people and like how you guys are interacting with me now. Like I love that. I love that we get to interact like this. And there was a time where I would only text or type and I wouldn't be on camera. But I've done a lot of work on myself to get over that. And one of the sort of aha moments for me was when I just sort of realized that I'm not going to be here forever. My best friend, who was also my college roommate, died in a car accident, unfortunately. And won't go into her whole death. But that was the moment that sort of awakened me like, all right, we only have a finite amount of time on this planet. And am I going to live my life in fear and worry and caring about what other people think about me? There are going to be people that love me and there are going to be people that hate me and there are going to be people that are jealous of me and there are going to be people who just couldn't give two rats about me, whatever. And there are all kinds of people in the world and that just makes the world go around. And if I cared about what everybody's opinion was of me, I wouldn't be able to function. And so I know that um, my tribe of people, the people who follow me in my work, they're the people, you guys are the people that I care about. And you guys keep me going, and I love you guys. And I know that you don't care about shallow stuff. And so I've just like let that go, because I feel like my work is important. And I'm not saying that to be like, I'm so important like that, but I do feel like I was put on this earth for a purpose, and I do have sort of a life mission, and part of that is being on here with you guys. Um, and I feel like this is how I'm supposed to be doing it, and so that so it's like I have to put myself out there. I have to be vulnerable. Um, Jared says, "Are you going to do a hypnosis today?" I'm not going to do one right now because I've been on for almost an hour, and I'm really tired and I've had a long day. But yes, I will be doing some more hypnosis in the future. And I came here today to tell, not to be like, I'm like rambling now. I just came here to ramble because really I was just only coming here to test out this streaming software that I have. And you guys joined, and it was just serendipitous. So I just kept going. But yes, I will be doing hypnosis videos in the future. Um, I'm going to be, so this channel, what it started off as was teaching hypnosis and basic hypnosis and hypnotic techniques. And I'm still going to be doing that. The feedback that I've been getting, though, from my most loyal followers is that they really want me to do more like hypnosis sessions online with you guys, like just actually doing hypnosis to you guys on you guys um, on YouTube. And I've been hesitant. I've been doing a little bit of those, as you know, but I've been hesitant to do a lot of hypnosis on a forum like this, where just anybody can watch and slip into hypnosis, um, because I don't think that that's really the safest way to do this, because some people are very high hypnotic responders and they can slip very easily into hypnosis. And, some people could even like fall out of their chair and like, maybe hit their head or something like that. And I don't want to be responsible for that. I'd rather work with people in groups or one-on-one or even online, but I'd rather work with people live than a pre-recorded video, so I can monitor you, I can read your body language, and I can keep you hypnotically safe. I can embed the suggestions that you need to stay safe, um, and which I try to do in whatever session I'm doing. But I can, I like it to be a little bit more tailored to the people um, who are allowing themselves to be under my hypnotic influence, if we'll just put it that way. Um, because at the, we can get into this later, but how is all hypnosis self-hypnosis, or or is there something more going on? And that's going to be a topic for another day. Um, so it's sort of an idea that somebody else gave me the suggestion that maybe I should put my videos on Vimeo instead of YouTube. And then, although I'm not really sure how that would be much different, other than people can maybe buy subscriptions and I could tailor it more to my audience, because I'll know my audience better. I'll know who's watching. Um, so JT says doing a one-way video with no rapport and response is a completely different thing. Yeah, it is. It's so different. And my number one thing is safety. I want you guys to be safe. And I want you to go into deep and wonderful somnambulistic hypnosis. And that's the kind of hypnosis that I do. I do deep trance hypnosis. Or I'll do waking hypnosis, but I don't do like run of the mill hypnosis, like what everybody, I don't do what most people do. I mainly do deep trance, profound somnambulism. And I need to make sure that you are completely safe. A lot of my clients wake up with complete amnesia, and I don't even give them the suggestion for amnesia. That's how deep I'm bringing you. So I just like really have to be careful with that. So I'll still do some more. That's why, like, when I do these YouTube videos, I kind of make it more like a guided meditation than deep trance hypnosis, if that makes sense. So I do make it a little bit different because people do enjoy the guided meditation. The other thing is, somebody came and watched the video and they were not a high hypnotic responder to begin with, and they don't get hypnotized by me. And then what are they going to think? You know, they're going to think, oh, I can't be hypnotized, or oh, she's a phony or fraud or snake oil salesman or something like that, and she can't really hypnotize me. So I don't want people to think that I can't hypnotize you because you watch a video. I can hypnotize you, but I do need to. For some people who are lower hypnotic responders, I do have to build a rapport. And I do have certain ways that I can get in and embed the hypnotic commands and suggestions. But I've got to have this feedback, whether it's verbal feedback or whether it's nonverbal feedback. I need to get feedback so I know what direction to take the session into, if that makes sense. But I'm still thinking about what I'm going to do exactly with that. Of course, you're always welcome to buy a session from me at any time. You can go to my website, my client website. If you want to buy a session from me is that's clearliferesults.com. And if you're a hypnotist watching this, which I think, JT, are you a hypnotist? If you're a JT, if you're a hypnotist, and you just want to learn, you just want to like up your hypnotic skills, you want to get better at hypnosis, you want to do more advanced type of hypnosis, then you can go to my student website, which is just myname.com. So that's stephanieconkle.com. And I've got lots of videos up there. I've got some free videos, and I've got some trainings that you would need to pay for. So sorry guys, I didn't mean to turn this into like an ad or whatever, but just wanted to let you know there are ways that I can work with you other than YouTube or Vimeo. So, and JT, yes, you do. You work in the field. Okay, I knew it. I picked that up. Okay, awesome. And JT, like, how long have you been a hypnotist? And while you're answering, I'm just gonna go and check some things out here and see if I can get this lag to stop. See if I can get this video to work properly. Yes, I think it was your casual use of buzzwords. I can tell who the other hypnotists are usually. I know you love hearing me talk, but I'm just going to be quiet for a moment while I'm trying to figure something out real quick. Okay, JT, you said you started about 10 years ago, but do support work and don't have a practice. But do support work, but you don't have a practice. Okay, you started 10 years ago, but you don't have a practice. Okay. Okay, cool. So this is something you do as a hobby then? Like, are you more of a hobbyist, or why don't you have a practice? Do you want to practice? All right. And while you're answering that, I'm going to keep looking at ways to make my streaming better. So on the OBS, it's not lagging. It's like in real time, but over here on the actual YouTube channel itself, there's maybe a 30-second to a minute lag time. That is a long lag time. Okay. I don't know how to fix that. And if I go over to the OBS video, then I don't see your messages. I'm gonna figure this out. Oh, you write for people making MP3s? That's cool. Very cool. So are you making like hypnotic MP3s? Is that what you mean, or what? Or are you talking about something else? Oh, if there's a way I could pop out the chat. Ooh, I can pop out the chat. But it's not showing the comments if I do that. Why isn't it showing the comments? Oh, there they are. Okay. Oh, this will work. Okay. All right, I feel better now. Okay. There's still lag time on YouTube itself. So I'm going to expect a lag time in the comments, but now I can at least see myself and not like drive myself crazy. Okay, I'm figuring this out. Thank you for sticking with me. So you write for people, oh, you already said that. Yes, Hypnosis MP3s. Okay, cool. Very cool. Awesome. Very, very cool. I won't ask you who you write for unless you want to tell me. Yeah, I write my own hypnosis MP3s, but it's been a really long time, and I need to start doing that again. I kind of lost my sound studio, which used to be my bedroom closet. Kind of lost my sound studio, and I need to just set it up again. I just haven't thought or felt like doing that, but I do sell MP3s on my website. I don't really promote them that much because they're old and I need to redo them, and I need to add better music to the background and all that kind of stuff. Oh, thank you, JT. Awesome. Well, I am so happy that you love my teaching and my approach, and that I've helped fill in some spots in your training. Cool. Awesome. So tomorrow's video, I think it's gonna be tomorrow or whenever I can get to their next. I want you to watch it. It's going to be on suggestibility testing, and I won't give away too much of that, but I'm going to talk about very very specific suggestibility testing, and it's going to be different than some of the other suggestibility test videos that I've put up. So this should also help fill in some more gaps. And that's what I like doing. This is actually what I wanted this YouTube channel to be, was to help hypnotists fill in gaps that are missing, especially from their basic training, because I really want to help elevate the field, the profession of hypnosis. And no matter if you're an amateur hypnotist or a hobbyist, or you're just starting out, or even if you're a seasoned hypnotist or hypnotherapist, there's always stuff that you can learn. And I've always sort of been this is like the way my brain works, is I look for the thing that is missing, or something that can be refined and tweaked and make it better. So sort of my brain thinks ergonomically, like, how can I make this better or faster, or what needs to happen for me to understand this. Once I understand it, then I teach it to you. so that you'll understand it. Because if I didn't get it in my training, then I know that you didn't get, because I've had a lot of training and I've been doing this for over a dozen years now. And I know that if I learn something new, I'm pretty sure that most people haven't heard of it. So that's why I like to share it with you guys. And also, I want you guys to get really good at your basic hypnosis so I can teach you advanced hypnosis. When you get into advanced hypnosis, you really get into magical, like quantum field kind of stuff. It's like magic. It's like miracles can happen when you get into advanced hypnosis. And that's my passion. Somnambulism is my passion because that's where miracles happen, is when the client or the volunteer um, is in deep somnambulism. So that's what I like to do, and I love teaching that to other people. This is mind-blowing stuff that I'm talking about. Um, and it really is, and I'm not like exaggerating. This is not hyperbole. This is real, like real. The only thing I can say classify this as is a miracle, miraculous. Like things that you don't think should be happening can and will happen in those deeper levels of somnambulistic hypnosis that I call profound somnambulism. So, all right, somebody talk to me so I'm not just rambling on and talking to myself. Who's still watching me? I have to go back into YouTube to see that. Let's see. But I probably should start. Oh, it's been over an hour. 3 people are still watching. Cool. I'm probably going to delete this live stream video after this is over because this was just a test. So. Okay, and thank you, Jared. I appreciate that. I appreciate you saying that you enjoy listening to me. And JD says style pride is a real thing too, and it shuts people off from learning. Yeah, it does. And people's egos like really get in the way of them learning. And my approach is, yeah, I do have a protocol that I teach, but I'm not dead set on using my protocol every single time. I really appreciate learning from other people. And when I learn something from someone else, I always give credit where credit is due if I know who did that, right? Sometimes I don't know where something came from and I can't credit the person with it. But if I know where a technique comes from, then I will credit that person, right? I won't try to say that it's my own or make it my own. And things that I've discovered on my own is because I've taken the time to workshop it. I'll have an idea. My subconscious will give me the idea, or I'll be reading a book about hypnosis or something, and I'll think, that's an interesting way that person did it. I wonder if like I could get that same effect if I did it this way. I may do something like that. And okay, well, let me workshop that and let me see if that will actually work. So I'll either read something that will give me inspiration or something will just come to me. Sometimes things happen spontaneously in my sessions that just come out of me, and I don't know where they come from. Well, I know that they come from my higher self, but so I wasn't planning on it. It just spontaneously happened, and then I take that stuff and I remember them and I write them down and I reproduce them. And as long as I can replicate them or duplicate them, then I can teach them to you. Some things come up, it's just completely intuitive, and I can't replicate it. And I don't know exactly what I did. But I try to be mindful of what I'm doing so that I can teach it, so that we can all be doing better hypnosis. But I really don't get into that mindset of my way is the only way and it's the right way. The right way is however your client responds to you, or your the person you're hypnotizing, your volunteer, however they respond to you. We don't really call them subjects anymore. So if you read a hypnosis book from the past, they talk about the hypnotist and the subject. That's kind of like real taboo now to say subject, so you won't hear me saying that too often, although sometimes I slip up and say subject. But you'll hear me say volunteer or client more often than subject, because people aren't lab rats. And they're not subjected to me unless they want to be, and that's just a whole different kind of hypnosis that I might get into today. Oops. Yeah, the vocab is definitely hardwired into our brains, especially when you read a ton of hypnosis books. And there's a ton of hypnosis books. And a lot of these hypnosis books were written like at the turn of the century, or, in the early part of the 20th century. Um, and the language is that's just the way it was. And it gets so embedded and so ingrained when you're reading this. But hypnosis has we've updated. We've come into, we're in the 21st century now, and we're trying to be a little more compassionate and mindful of the people that we're working with, and sort of letting them know that they actually have the control. Actually, the real secret is their subconscious has the control. And I'll say that to my volunteers and my clients. I'll say, I'm not the one in control. Sometimes people want me to be the one in control, and if they want me to be the one in control, I will be the one in control. But I go, I'm not the one in control. You're not the one in control either. Your subconscious is control. Your subconscious is controlling the session today, right? So, and that's the God's honest truth. So it's the subconscious that controls the session. So you've got to have really good rapport with not just the client, but really the client's subconscious. So, but that's usually pretty easy. The subconscious is it's usually pretty amenable. Ooh, I think I just said a big word. It's pretty amenable to you. Usually the subconscious is really, really friendly, even friendlier than the ego part of the personality. Yeah, let's see. JT. I see what you wrote, Jared, and yeah, that is what I'm referring to on one level. I don't really do that anymore. I have done some of that in the past. I have very good, dear friends who do that, and I don't have anything against it. It's just not where my passion lies right now. And JT, it's not always the best modality because subject says doing something to, yeah, exactly, like I'm doing something to you if you're the subject, right? And I'm not really doing something, right? Okay. And you're feel free to yes, please steal that, JT. Feel free to steal that. I want you to. I'm giving you this stuff so that you will take it and you will use it, and it will help to better your hypnosis. Right. And also, when you say that to the client, it also sort of serves as a confusion induction as well. Even though you kind of say that in the pre-talk, it confuses them a little bit because you're talking about their subconscious as a separate person, and that can be a little bit confusing to people. Like, oh, hey, but that's me. You're talking about me. And that's okay. Confusion is one of the best things that you can have in hypnosis, or getting people into hypnosis, right? The more confusion you can pepper in to your session, the better it is. And one thing that I've been experimenting with lately has been working very beautifully, and feel free to use this as well, JT, is along the lines of confusion. If you know that hypnosis mimics sleep, hypnosis is not exactly natural sleep, right? Not really. No, our brain waves can go into the alpha theta brainwave state, but it's not considered to be natural sleep. All right, so I won't call it, I think hypnosis is sleep, but I won't call it that because scientists will not call it that. But what I will say is that hypnosis mimics sleep, which it absolutely does mimic sleep, okay? Um, and when you're falling asleep, what starts to happen? So think about that. When you're falling asleep, first thing that happens is sort of your hearing shuts down, and then you start getting weird images. Um, I know not everybody knows what happens as they're falling asleep. Some people, it's just like they close their eyes and like a switch is flipped, and it's just they're asleep. But I'm the type of person that I fall slowly to sleep, and as I'm falling asleep, weird images start to come into my mind, right? So it could be like a polka dot door hovering in midair, right? Or it could be um, like a cotton candy cloud, like maybe like a purple cotton candy cloud, or it could be like it could be just like a weird face. It could be colors, but it's always a little bit strange. It's like strange images that don't belong there start to formulate in my mind's eye. And then those images grab onto me and then take me to sleep. So yes, JT's nodding along. Awesome. Um, so I'm now starting to put some more confusion and just really weird images into people's mind for the induction part because it's entraining the brain to go into a type of sleep, right? And so it's like when the brain starts, oh, I'm confused, I'm disoriented, I'm going to sleep. When your brain is confused or disoriented, it becomes overwhelmed. And when your brain becomes overwhelmed, then your conscious thinking shuts off and it's taken over by your subconscious thinking. So when you're asleep, you go into subconscious thinking. When you have a big surprise or a shock, okay, you know, some people might pass out from shock or they just become like disoriented and confused for a little while because they've had a big shock. Um, their subconscious takes over and their conscious mind goes away. This is to help them survive. It's a basic survival skill because to survive, you don't have time to think. You just have to do. So your subconscious takes over. Happened to me when I was in a car wreck. I had my children in the car, and I was the middle car of like a 6-car pileup, and we were slammed in from behind. So actually, my car, I was completely stopped at a stoplight, and my car got hit, and then the car like behind, not just the car behind me, but the car behind him hit him, and then he slammed into me, and I slammed into the car in front of me. And anyway, we were okay, but it was such a shock, and I had my children in the car, and my littlest one was just still a baby in a car seat. I was I I picked up my phone to dial nine. I had to find my phone. It was thrown about, and I found my phone, and the kids are screaming and crying, and I'm trying to dial 911, and it's like I cannot logically think of how to dial 911. And it's like I just became completely, I went into shock and um kind of paralysis. Now, I've actually told my subconscious that if that ever happens again, that I would be very able to quickly and easily find the number on my phone and figure out how to call 911. Um, so anyway, that's just a way to bypass the sub. By the way, we use the word bypass the conscious mind to. You don't have to bypassing the subconscious mind is just one way to get people into hypnosis. You don't have to bypass the conscious mind. The conscious mind can be observing. It just needs to stay out of the way. And I'll be teaching more about that in later videos. Because it's almost 10 o'clock here. I'm on Eastern Standard Time. So, JT, oh God, dream phone dialing. Oh, so hard. Yeah. Um, but yeah, if you just help people to go into a dream, even if it's a waking dream, even if it's just using their imagination, but make it not like realistic in their imagination. Make it real confusing and real textured using all of the senses, then they're going to go very deeply into hypnosis. So there's a tip for you, JT. All right, it is 10 o'clock on the dot here now, so I am going to let you run. I'm going to go watch Netflix and get into my PJs. I will have more videos coming out for you next week because my kids are on spring break for a week. We're not going anywhere. We're just staying home. But it means that I don't have to be a homeschool teacher for a week. So I actually get to play around a little bit more and I get to, be with you guys more and make more videos for you. So just sort of be on the lookout for that coming up this following week. All right. I love you all. Have a beautiful rest of your day, evening, wherever you're watching this, morning. And yes, nighty night. Night, Jared. Good night. Stay safe. Wash your hands. Take lots and lots of vitamin C and in the whole spectrum of vitamins. And you're welcome, JT. It's my pleasure. I have watched Tiger King. Oh my God, that was so crazy. Oh, hi, Vincent. You're welcome. Oh my gosh, Tiger King. That will have to be like a whole nother conversation in and of itself because I don't even know where to begin with that. But yes, whoever's watching this, if you haven't watched Tiger King, it's on Netflix. Do yourself a favor, watch it. I binge watched it in like 2 days, and that was some crazy stuff. Crazy. Yeah, it was crazy, but very, very entertaining. All right, I'm really going to leave now, and I will see you guys later in the next video. Bye. I just have to figure out how to stop this now. Stop streaming.